everyone, what's up? How's it going? This is Toby here, bringing you another video. This time something slightly different. I did over 1,000 of Lower Kurast Runs, somewhere around 1,400. Why I did exactly 1,400 and not, 1,000 or 2,000? The short answer would be because I'm playing hardcore. The long answer would be just kind of have to wait and see. It's a pretty good story. I'm not sure if I'll be able to tell it properly, but yeah, it's a pretty good story anyway. Regardless, why I was running these Lower Kurast, primarily because I really wanted to get my hands on Infinity. Before starting these runs, I had 3 Sur runes already found, and I needed just one more to get my hands on Infinity. I really wanted to try out Lightning Sorceress, so yeah, that's pretty much the reason why. And as I did those runs, I also collected a shitload of junk, basically crafting materials, skillers, small charms, some low runes for crafting, definitely a lot of them. And throughout this video I'll be only showing the best items that I dropped, at least what I consider the best or perhaps the most useful ones. I did drop several uniques out of weapon racks, but I won't be really showing because they're not that great. And I also did get a couple of other notable items like you're seeing right now, but I don't think they're too great, so I'm just quickly, showing them on the screen and let's leave it at that. So with all that said, let's jump into the action, and my first drop happens only 90 runs in. It's a skiller. Since at the start of the runs I wasn't identifying immediately, sometimes it might take a bit of time for me to actually show the item. Yeah, so it's passive and magic skills, nice mod, not too bad, it's a garbage skiller. Anyway, 10 runs later I get another skiller, this time combat skills for Barbarian, another one not too useful. 160 runs roughly in, I get my first decent rune, pull, and then for 300 runs nothing drops, and finally I get a Lem rune. Now run 465, another pull rune, and about 50 runs later I get a pretty decent small charm. Let me just pick it up. Yeah, this might take a while. Not this one. Yeah, perfect life and some attack rating, so I imagine it's pretty good for Barbarians. 600 runs in, I get another skiller. This Grand Charm I just picked up, and it's actually a useful one, Combat Skills Paladin, a pretty nice one. Anyway, 30 runs later I get my Mal rune, so the highest so far, and it took me only 600 runs. Couple of runs later I get another Lem, so by now it's probably my third one or so, maybe the second. Anyway, 20 runs later, another small charm. I imagine it's gonna take a while till I identify it. Sorry about that. Yeah, 5 faster hit recovery, all res free. Pretty awesome find. I will definitely be using this one. Anyway, 730 runs in, another skiller. This time it's going to be... Ooh, this is gonna take a while. Sorry about that. I didn't plan ahead. Yeah, summoning skills for Necromancer, not too great, but still, a skiller is a skiller. 740 runs in, my first really decent rune, Ghoul rune. Yeah, it took me a while to find one. And 850 runs in, I find a pretty decent small charm, which is a magic finding small charm, perfect 7%. And a couple of runs later I find another one, identical small charm. So yeah, that's pretty nice. Just taking a while to identify. Apologies again. Yeah, here we go. 915 runs in, I find another Lem, so maybe my third one by now. And 990 runs in, I find my probably 4th Lem rune. Now, 1,045 runs in, I find another decent small charm, which is 22 life. I then sell it immediately. Thankfully I did notice and bought it back. Anyway, 1,065 runs in, I find another large charm, 21 to life, cold rest 15. So essentially it's one small charm with perfect life and one small charm with 15 cold rest, which kind of is the same deal as all rest 5. It's not perfect, but it's still pretty damn good. Now, 15 runs later, 1080, I find another skiller, summoning skills for druid, nothing too good. And 5 runs later, I find another small charm, 7% magic find, so it's my third one by now. Anyway, 1140 runs in, I find another Lem rune. And at this point I really kind of realized that I'm doing something pretty damn stupid. I mean, I'm playing hardcore. I have a level 92 sorceress with some pretty damn GG gear. And I'm doing my Lower Kurast runs with her without changing my gear. Plus, I've already had like 5 near-death experience in those 1,100 runs. And I'm yet to find my Sur rune, so chances are I'm in for the long run. So why the hell am I doing this? And based on that, I just decided to level up a new sorceress. Here you can see her, Raitoningu, Lightning, Frozen Orb, kind of test hybrid. It wasn't really a success, but anyway. I got her up to Hell Frozen River, basically completed the Ania quest for 10% all resistances scroll, and I just left her at that. I geared her up with some garbagey equipment. I guess you can kind of speculate why I'm showing her gear like this and not in some other way, but I won't spoil anything. I'll just tell you as this video goes on. So basically, Storm Shield, Wizard Spike, Quahagans, Q-Higgins, whatever, armor, Shaco, some 10% faster cast rate, Amulet, Triangles, Gloves, Sandstorm Trek, Blade Buckle, I believe the unique belt is called, basically giving you 30% faster hit recovery, and if I'm not mistaken, one ring with 10% faster cast rate, and one, maybe, I don't know, Dwarf Star, something. So yeah, I geared her up, not too great, not too expensive. In case I do die, I wouldn't feel like it was a huge loss. And with her, I continue my runs. So, the first drop of her happens about 30 runs in. That's a pretty nice sign, I would say. It took me 90 runs for my other sorceress. And it's a skiller, which I just picked up. And it's a summoning skills with a pretty damn great mod. Too bad summoning skills, but whatever. Anyway, 50 runs later, I find a couple of decent items. This circlet for assassin, 1 all skills, 15 all rests. I mean, it's a nice starting out item. And I also find decentish gloves, which are 2 Java, 10 increased attack speed. Nothing too great, but still pretty nice. Anyway, finally, a couple of runs later, I find my very first GG rune. And it's actually a Sur rune. So it took me 1,000, almost 300 runs to actually get my first high rune. It's crazy, but yeah, it finally happened. So I'm pretty happy about it, but you know, the number of runs is 1,282 runs. I can't just leave it at that. I mean, it's silly. So I decide to keep on pushing. And less than 10 runs later, I find another pretty good rune, which is Mal. Here you can see it. And again, 10 runs later? Yeah, 10 runs later, I find another high rune, which is the same Sur rune. And yeah, it just feels amazing. It really does feel amazing. Now, a couple of runs later, I find another pair of gloves. Which are, there we go, heavy bracers. They're even better than the previous ones. They're actually 220 with some lifesteal. so pretty much the best ones I had at that moment. Now 1,325 runs in, I find another pull rune, and 1,408 runs in, I find another lem rune. Now my next drop happens in this actually very same run, which is actually didn't. Yeah. I guess you could have already expected that, but basically I decided that, you know, I've already done 1.4 thousand Lower Kurast runs. The number is kind of awkward. I might as well continue doing like maybe 100 more, maybe all the way up to 2,000 runs. And for that, I kind of want to level up my sorcerers a bit, and I decide to make some Chaos Sanctuary runs, because I absolutely despise running Bale, and what instead happens is that I pretty much died. So yeah, that's the story behind it. So in total, throughout these 1,400 Lower Kurast runs, I found a total of 5 lem runes, 3 pull runes, 2 mals, a ghoul, and 2 sur runes. So the total number of runes is kind of underwhelming, but since I got 2 sur runes, I'm extremely happy with the way this went. Too bad my sorceress died, though, like I said, thank God I did gear her up for, you know, pretty much I prepared her for death, so I'm okay with that. And yeah, that's it for this video. The only thing that's left is basically showing you how I made my infinity out of all these runes. So please do enjoy, and thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Even so many... Oh shit! Could... It's a Thresher. It might be F. Well, this would be so epic. This would be so epic. Please. Okay, okay. Okay. That's what I want. Can I please get 4 sockets? Can I please get 4 sockets? Okay. Come on, And this is how many Threshers and giant Threshers have been dropping for me in the past week alone. And I've been trying to get an Eth Thresher for, I don't know, maybe a month by now. So hopefully, finally, this is the one. Come on. Yes! Oh my fucking god, yes! Oh man! This is so good! So good! Oh dear fucking god. It took me a month. It took me a month to get this item. Shit, I can make infinity now. I can... Holy shit. One bear. Another bear. Alright, let's do this. Burr. Mal. Burr. And... Okay, good. This is so damn good. Jesus Christ. And the roll is awesome. The roll is awesome. Holy shit. I mean, it's so awesome.